I have condensed the opening statement from Dr. Maulana Karenga, the founder and creator of Kwanzaa. As an African American and Pan-African holiday celebrated by millions throughout the African community, Kwanzaa brings a cultural message which speaks to the best of what it means to be African and human. The holiday will be engaged as an ancient and living cultural tradition which reflects the best of African thought and practice in its reaffirmation of the dignity of the human person in community and culture. First, Kwanzaa is a synthesis of both continental African and diasporal African cultural elements. This means that it is rooted in both the cultural values and practice of Africans on the continent and in the US, with strict attention to cultural authenticity and values for a meaningful, principled, and productive life. Secondly, the continental African components of Kwanzaa are a synthesis of various cultural values and practices from different African peoples. In a word, the values and practices of Kwanzaa are selected from peoples from all parts of Africa. Kawaida, the philosophy out of which Kwanzaa is created, teaches that all we think and do should be based on tradition and reason, which are in turn rooted in practice. Tradition is our grounding, our cultural anchor, and therefore our starting point. And reason is necessary critical thought about our tradition, which enables us to select, preserve, and build on the best of what we have achieved and produced. Through reason rooted in experience or practice, we keep our tradition as an African people from becoming stagnant, sterile convention, or empty historical reference. Not all of the primary symbols of Kwanzaa will be here in this presentation today. We will present an overview and general description of the various Kwanzaa principles.
Kikombe cha umoja, the unity cup. This is symbolic of the foundational principle and practice of unity which makes all else possible. The unity cup.
Muhindi, the corn. This is symbolic of our children and our future which they embody.
Kinara, the candle holder. This is symbolic of our roots, of our parent people, continental Africans.
Mazoa, the crops. These are symbolic of African harvest celebrations and of the rewards of productive and collective labor.
Mishuma Saba, the 7 candles that you see here in the screen. These are symbolic of the Nguzo Saba, the 7 principles, the matrix and minimum set of values which African people are urged to live by in order to rescue and reconstruct their lives in their own image and according to their own needs.
Nekita, the map. This is symbolic of our tradition and history and therefore the foundation on which we build.
Additional information about the symbols and rituals will be provided in the attached website.
Greetings during Kwanzaa are in Swahili. Swahili is a Pan-African language and is chosen to reflect African Americans' commitment to the whole of Africa and African culture rather than to a specific ethnic or national group or culture. The greetings are to reinforce awareness of and commitment to the 7 principles. It is Habari Gani, and the answer is each of the principles for each of the days of Kwanzaa. For example, Umoja on the first day, Kujichakulia on the second day, and so on.
The colors of Kwanzaa are black, red, and green. Red for their struggle, green for the future and hope that comes from their struggle, and black for the people. Therefore, there is one black candle, 3 red, as you see, and 3 green candles. These are the Mishuma Saba, the 7 candles, and they represent the 7 principles. The black candle represents the first principle, Umoja, unity, and is placed in the center of the kinara, as you see. The red candles represent the principles of Kujikajula, self-determination, Ujama, cooperative economics, and Kumba, creativity. They are placed to the left of the black candle. See them? The green candles represent the principles of Ujima, collective work and responsibility, Nia, purpose, and Imani, faith. They are placed on the right of the black candle. The black candle is lit first on the first day of the celebration, and the remaining candles are lit afterwards from left to right on the following days. The procedure is to indicate that the people come first, then the struggle, and then the hope that comes from the struggle.
And now we will start a short formal ceremony.
Black.
Kujikalinga, self-determination. To define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves.
Umoja, unity. To strive for and maintain unity in the family, in the community, in the nation, and within the race.
Green, Ujima, collective work and responsibility. To build and maintain our community together and make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and to solve them together.
Second red candle, Uzujama, cooperative economics. To build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses, and to profit from them together.
Green, which is Nia, which equals purpose. To make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness.
Kumba, creativity. To do always as much as we can, in the way that we can, in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited it.
Green candle, Imani, faith. To believe with all our heart in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness and victory of our struggle.
Let us not engage the world hurriedly. Let us not grasp at the rope of wealth impatiently. That which should be treated with mature judgment, let us not deal with in a state of anger.
When we arrive at a cool place, let us rest fully. Let us give continuous attention to the future. And let us give deep consideration to the consequences of things.
And this because of our eventual passing. This concludes our small Kwanzaa presentation. This event has been stripped down and modified for health and safety reasons. Thanks for joining our celebration today.
Hello, matter for the mask. Thanks everyone for watching our presentation. My hope is that the principles that we just presented become ingrained in the daily life of each one of us. I envision Kwanzaa being not only a 7-day celebration where we read, we recite, we post, or we post the Kwanzaa's 7 principles, but rather we hope that the Kwanzaa principles are 24/7 practice for living a practical life 365 days a year. Thank you all.
Thank you, Nekita, for those kind words. I'd like to also say that this celebration is only an affirmation of the universal values that we should all use to guide our own path. That for these reasons and these traditions, this is why Kwanzaa is becoming the most celebrated celebration, that in the fastest growing celebration in the world. I'm also mostly struck by the need for us to tell our own stories, and as it relates to our new holiday of Juneteenth, this new federal holiday. And while it is a celebration of the freedom of slavery, it is not accurate, because that is not, slavery did not end in Juneteenth in this country. So we should be the ones who correct our stories if we're not telling our stories.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.